question is, an egg from what? Which organ? So there are three of them that we looked at. Yeah, schistosoma. So this is actually schistosoma mansoni. Okay? And what do you look for to tell you that schistosoma mansoni?
Hook, little.
Yeah, little spicule, okay? The hook, right? Right, so that's that. So remember, this is called a spicule. Right, and that's very characteristic for this for that helmet. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. So remember, we talked about schistosoma mansoni, and with other helmets, we talked about two different types of helmets. They could be monoecious or dioecious, right? So schistosoma mansoni is what? It's dioecious, right? Okay, so remember this one's dioecious. And you know that because one of the specimens you looked at, right, you had the male and female mating. Okay, when the male was embracing the female, was around the female, so that's because they do sexual reproduction. Okay? All right, any questions about this one? Oh yeah, so here's another one. So here's another question. So remember we had three different groups, right? We had nematodes, trematodes, cestodes. Which one is schistosoma mansoni? The flute. It's actually a flute. So which ones are flutes? Trematodes. This is a trematode. Okay. All right. Fun. Okay. Any questions about this one? All right, let me show you another one. Okay. Spiral. Okay, it says spiral. So what's the first part of the name? Trichinella, right? So this is Trichinella spiralis. Okay. Right, Trichinella spiralis. So, what type of sample are we looking at? Muscle, yeah. So this is muscle, right? So this is the one that burrows into your muscle tissue. And how do you get it? Yeah, from meat. So usually from pork, okay? Alright, so if it's contaminated, that's how you can get it, okay? And you don't cook it properly. Right? Alright, any questions about this one? Okay, here we go. Here's another one. All right, so let me ask you this: is this a cestode, nematode, or trematode? Trematode, good. It's a flute. Okay, so now the question is, what kind of flute? What's the name of the flute? Clonorchus, right? It's Clonorchus, right? So that might have been. So remember, the only two flukes we looked at were schistosoma and Clonorchus. Right, this was Clonorchus sinensis. All right, so is this monoecious or dioecious? It's actually monoecious. It has both sexual structures. And so, to get at that, all right, this is one of them. This is the other one. Okay? Which one is the sperm? Is it the one toward the left, the one toward the right? Right. Okay. Right. The eggs are here. Right. Okay. So sometimes you can actually see the eggs maturing inside here. Okay. Right. And so and there's can't see easily here, but there's actually a genital pore here, right, where the eggs come out. Any questions about this? Okay, so there. All right, how about this one? Yeah, Necator americanus. Okay, so this is Necator americanus. All right, so what's a common name for this? Hookworm, yes. How do you get it? Yeah, walking barefoot. Okay, walking barefoot, right? And so, because remember, the larvae can burrow into your feet and then get into your, eventually go through your circulatory system and get into your lungs, okay? All right, and so this has a feature I was trying to get you to notice. If you look at the anterior end, the head end, right, you see how it makes this curve, right? That's the hook. Okay. Any questions about this one?
I have a question about this one. Which class would it be? Would it be the around?
Yeah. So which class is this? Nematode, trematode, or cestode? Yeah, this is a nematode. This is a roundworm. Okay. All right. Any questions about this? How about this one? So what's the name of the organism for this? Huh? And this is Taenia, okay, Taenia, right? So this one's also Taenia, and what's the structure in this case? Proglotid. Okay? And is this monoecious or dioecious? It's monoecious. Okay, monoecious. Right. So in each proglotid, there's the male and female structures. Okay. All right. Any questions about this one? Okay. Right, so remember this. There's a lot of proglotids in the human body. This can extend for several feet. Okay, all the winding towards your digestive tract. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is just since some of you were trying to scrutinize the differences between these structures. So again, the structure is what type of structure? Eggs. All right. So now this gets at. So these are the other two eggs that we looked at. So one was from. So let me ask you this. Which one is from Enterobius? The one on the left or one on the right? Okay, it's actually the left. Okay, all right. So that means the one on the right is from which organism? What's the only other organism looked at for eggs? Conorgus, right? So the way it goes is Entamoeba is on the left. And then Conorgus is on the right. Not Entamoeba. I am getting myself mixed up. Enterobius, Vermicularis. All right, does that look right? Here
Yeah.
you go.
Yep.
All right, so okay. All right, if you look very carefully You know, first of all, the one difference is this has this see-through coat here, okay? This one also has a different shape. It has this kind of oval shape, pear shape. And at the very tip of it, it has almost like a cap, like a beanie cap, right? Just for information, that's called, I can't draw it, but pretend I can. That's called this is called an operculum. Right, so that's another characteristic structure for that type of egg. So the reason why we've been looking at eggs is that if someone has an infection, right, the way they can identify what the infection is by looking for the eggs, right? Because each helmet has a very characteristic egg. Okay? So you may not be able to see the tapeworm itself, but you can certainly see the eggs. Right? So actually, one of the students did this for a living, not with humans, but with animals. So if you're looking for these eggs, where would you look? Yeah, feces. Okay, so you can often see this in the feces. Okay. Although there's one that you can do. So how would you see this one? If you think, okay, let me ask you this. This is from Enterobius. Okay. So who would usually get infected with that? Kids. What's a common name for Enterobius? Pinworm. Good. Okay. So if you wanted to see whether or not your child had pinworms.
At night.
Tape.
Tape, yes, the tape test. They actually call it a tape test, okay? So, that's right. All right? Okay, any questions about this? Yeah, this could be a future lab. I'm kind of ruined my head right now. Tape test, yes, okay. All right, okay, so any questions about this? All right, that's it.